amazing what a phenomenon Mean Girls has become. I like the 2004 movie, and a lot of people still talk about it today. It's still very funny, the characters are distinctive, the costumes are very nice. It got a musical adaptation, and now there's going to be a movie adaptation of the musical. Personally, I'm just going to stick with the original movie. And for the musical itself, I know a lot of people like it. I didn't think it was that good. And that's only from seeing a few performances, the clips, and listening to the soundtrack. There's one song I really like, Revenge Party, and I'm going to be talking about a song and reacting to a song that, based on my favorite character. I absolutely love Janis. That's the character I relate most to, and that's the character I understand very, very well. I've been through a lot of what she's been through, and I'm going by the movie. Yeah, this girl clearly has untreated PTSD, and there is a valid criticism a lot of people nowadays have of the character, that she's not called out for her actions the way Regina is. Regina is very heavily punished, deservedly so, but Janis is treated like she's in the right by default, and it's a very valid criticism that she makes bad choices too and is not called out for it. But that being said, this girl clearly has PTSD, and I do get where she's coming from. Again, if you don't like the character, that's fine, but I do. I want to give her a hug. I see so much of myself and my own experiences in her, and the song she sings in the musical, again, and I love the melody. I love the actress, Barrett Wilbert-Weed, who I know from Heathers. I hate the lyrics. I find it particularly insulting to a character like that. And the thing is, I'm not here to slam the lyricist. Nell Benjamin, who wrote the lyrics for the musical, she did Legally Blonde, the musical, as well, and I love that musical. She is very talented. But I cannot stand these lyrics in this particular song. I wanted to react to that. Essentially, the summary is, in I'd Rather Be Me, the way it is originally in the show, it sounds like it's not how a teenager would think. It's not how somebody who would go through this would talk. It really feels more like your out-of-touch parent or your idiot guidance counselor giving you really bad Band-Aid advice. So I'm going to be a miserable bitch and react to it and talk about why I don't like these lyrics. And I did do my own version of the song. That's on my channel as well. So you can hate on that if you want. You can love it. But I wanted to go for a more authentic perspective, which is why I started with doing my own version. That being said, I'm just going to read through the lyrics and be miserable and react to it and talk about why I don't like it and why the perspective is really, really off. That being said, I know a lot of people like the song. If you do, that's great. It really is just my opinion. Disclaimer over. If people still want to hate on me for this, I had nothing more I can do for you. Anyways, I'd rather be me. So your best friend screwed you over, acted nice when she not nice. Well, I have some advice, because it's happened to me twice. Fucking God. Here's my secret strategy. It always works because the world doesn't end, it just feels like it does. That's your out-of-touch parent talking to you. That is so not how a teenager thinks, especially an abused one with clearly untreated PTSD. So raise your right finger and solemnly swear, whatever they say about me, I don't care. First of all, I get the sentiment, but I hate this advice so much because we are affected by things. I think a better approach really is processing how you feel instead of just being like, well, just don't care. Thanks, asshole, I'm cured. God damn. Yeah, and I do get it. I mean, you shouldn't care what other people think about you, but that takes practice, that takes work, and people just say, just do it, and expect you to be cured. No. And it's also such an unreasonable expectation because we are affected by things, and that's part of being human. To be human is to feel. So just to tell somebody, just don't care and expect that to work is really, really bad advice. Oh, this is my least favorite part of the song. I won't twist knots to join your game. I will say you make me mad, and if you treat me bad, I'll say you're bad. That is the worst lyric in this, hands down. That's talking to a 5-year-old. That is, God. That'll get you bullied even more. And if I eat alone from this moment on, that's just what I'll do. 'Cause I'd rather be me, I'd rather be me, I'd rather be me than be with you. I like that part. I mean, okay, 2/3 of the lyrics are trash, but some of them are really nice. I do like that. It's like, yeah. I like the idea of that this is the moments like where she finally makes peace with the abuse she went through. Okay, we're supposed to all be ladies and be nurturing and care. Is that really fair? Boys get to fight, we have to share. Here's the way that turns out. We always understand how to slap someone down with our underhand. Okay, I hate this because this is what annoys me about a lot of the way we deal about the way we deal with bullying and abuse and traumatic situations is we just describe it in very gory detail, and that keeps you even more stuck. I mean, the way my parents often described the abuse I went through is very much, oh, and she screwed Alexandra over, and she was so mean to her, and she just knew how to get to her. And that just made me feel so shitty. I get the idea. I know the satire is, oh, there's double standards for boys versus girls, but that's been talked about that much more. I don't feel like it's really as hard-hitting as it wants to be. And yeah, we always understand how to slap someone down with our underhand. It's like, it really does feel like describing the abuse in gory detail without acknowledging, hey, you know what, there's some real bullshit going on here. And it's talking about the abuse and not really, we know, and it's all stuff we know at this point because we've been talking about it for the last 20 years. So here's my right finger to how girls should behave, 'cause sometimes what's meant to break you makes you brave. I swear this is on my guidance counselor's office. This is parent advice. This is your out-of-touch parent giving you platitudes. And again, I get it when someone's really in the mental illness rabbit hole. You know, I know that mindset of nothing you say is gonna work, but yeah, I hate these platitudes, these Band-Aid advice. Dirty, gross, pool Band-Aid advice. I really shouldn't shit on parents too much because I do know the vast majority do want to help their kids and they do want the best for them and they do want them to be happy, but may not know how to help them through something and may not be good at emotional regulation themselves. And there are a lot of adults who are learning this for the first time as well. That being said, I would rather hear, hey, I'm out of my element, I just don't have the space for this, but I can figure out someone who can, than just choose not to care. Because most people, even medical professionals, are really, really bad about mental health stuff, especially trauma-based. But even the 5-year-olds in the audience that this song was clearly written for and probably talking to know when they're being bullshitted or bullshat. BS'd. I really do think the best way to handle stuff like this really is give people safety. Give people a safe space to feel and process. And if you don't know how to deal with it, if you don't have the space, that is okay. I personally feel like saying, hey, I don't know how to handle this. This is not my area of expertise, is way better than saying, just don't care, choose not to feel, choose to let go of it. Like, that's bullshit. I'd rather someone be honest and say, hey, look, I just don't know how to help you. I'm out of my element here. And it sucks, but you know what? It's honest, and I appreciate that. So, yeah, to deal with something like this, hold people accountable when they're in the wrong, give people perspective if they don't have it, but for someone who's clearly been through what someone like Janis Ian has been through, they need the space to process it, that it's not their fault. The abuse wasn't about them and they didn't deserve it, and to let them feel angry while also getting to a point working through it so that the pain doesn't hurt as much anymore. And yeah, but most people prefer condescending, patronizing advice. Lovely. But we can get get better, guys. We can get better. I wanted to offer a solution instead of just complaining. You know, radical. Yes, things happen for a reason, but sometimes the reason is people are shitty and not held accountable. So I will not act all innocent. I won't fake apologize. Let's just fight, then make up, not tell these lies. Not bad. Again, the satire is dated. I like this part. Let's color damage even, clean the slate till it's like new. It's a new life for me, or I'd rather be me. I'd rather be me than be with you. I like that part. Yeah, and I think everything from down here, I don't mind so much. I'll say no, I'll say knock it off with your lies and your rules and your games. Oh, your notes and your rules and your games. And the sycophants who follow you, I'll remember all their names. And when they drag you down like they inevitably do, I will not laugh along with them and approve their palace. God, this such a 5-year-old write this, because that's not me. And the rest of it I don't mind so much. I don't need their good opinions, I have plenty of opinions. Everybody has opinions, but it doesn't make them true. What's true is being me, and I'd rather be me. I'd rather be me than be with you. So raise them high, cause playing nice and shy is insulting my IQ. I'd rather be me, I'd rather be me than be with you. Yeah, the last third of it is generally really good, except maybe one line here and there, but there's a good idea, but too much of it really does feel like an out-of-touch parent giving you bad advice, and it's not a way to talk to somebody who's been traumatized and abused. It's not the way to talk, again, because a lot of times you're not choosing to be miserable, you're not choosing to be affected by something, you just are, because that's people, that's how human emotion works. And things that will work for one person maybe these platitudes work for people, but they really don't work for people who struggle with PTSD and have been through abuse. Talk therapy really does not work for trauma and PTSD, and so that's why when I did my own version of the song for fun, I really focused on how shitty it is that the abusive people of the world are the ones who get rewarded and enabled and not held accountable, but you are punished for having normal human feelings and being affected by bad things in the world. How dare you? How dare us? That being said, I really like the original melody. I do love the original singer. Just 2/3 of the lyrics are just garbage, and they're so not... I guess I find it insulting because this character really did deserve better, and you know, people who've been through severe bullying and abuse deserve better. And the way we talk to people who've been through abuse and trauma, and I don't even like the term bullying because it does sound very childish. I call it for what it is, abuse. Because even then, if you say to someone, oh, I was bullied as a child, it's like, yeah, everyone was, and you're not taken seriously. But no, some of it really does go into abuse territory, and kids really can inflict a lot of abuse on each other, but that doesn't mean you're awful for being affected by it. Revolutionary. So that's my rant about this song. If you like it, that's another thing. That's cool. These are just my opinions. I really do love the character of Janis. I relate to her so much. I love the original melody. I love angsty pop punk. But in terms of Mean Girls, for the Broadway show, the one song I'm personally going to listen to is Revenge Party. I'm going to listen to my version, because I'm vain. I'm going to listen to my version of I'd Rather Be Me, but or maybe just the instrumentals, because they're really, really nice. Anyways, I'll just stick with the original movie and the song I like from the musical. On Wednesdays, we wear pink, but you can wear pink every day. I don't know how to end this video over.